Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Tankersley Field for the second game of this doubleheader between the Braves of ALCORN State University and the Panthers of Prairie View A&M University. Victor Mendoza on the mound currently for the Panthers. That is Garrett Palladino on the bunt. He is out. On the play, Rayfield Adams on second now after a base hit and the bunt that just moved him over. Once again, we'd like to thank you for joining us here today in this SWAC competition. The Panthers took the first of this doubleheader between these two teams, winning 5-3, and now they are 2-0 in this three-game series after winning the first game on Thursday. There's a swing and a miss from Nathan Gomez facing off against Victor Mendoza. A long-time starter in his own right is Mendoza, playing in his last ball game here at Tankersley Field. That ball taken very high into the sky by Gomez. Left fielder tracks it down for the out. That was Jaden Williams, who got the second out of the inning. And now up is Jalen Lucky to the plate for the Braves. Swing and a miss. Victor Mendoza, a very, very capable pitcher for the Panthers, comes into this ball game with a 4.5 ERA. Has a lot of juice on his fastball. Count 1-1 with Rayfield Adams over there on second. That ball in the dirt and two outs still here. Not a bad spot there from Mendoza. Couldn't find the mark. Count now 3-1 on this hot afternoon here in Prairie View, Texas. Once again, we'd like to, as Lucky sends one high into the air, infielder. And that is caught by the second baseman, Cameron Franklin, for the third out. Here in the top of the first of the second game of this doubleheader between ALCORN and PVAMU.
Prairie View A&M University, excellence isn't just a word, it's a way of life. For 147 years, we've been empowering generations of students to carry our rich legacy of distinction with them as they blaze trails and make a difference in communities across the world. Our high-caliber faculty and rigorous academic programs prepare scholars to challenge the status quo and push the boundaries of knowledge. Pioneers emerge here, and changemakers are bred here. Excellence lives here.
A foul ball there from Michael Smith, leadoff hitter for the Panthers at the plate. Facing off against Nico Garcia on the mound for the Braves. Strike two thrown there. And there's a swing and a miss. Ball dropped by the catcher. Has to make the throw over to first and does. And that'll be the first out for the Panthers here in the bottom of the first.
Number 16, Harrison Wise.
Garrison Wise with a nice hit to the shortstop. And rockets one over to first base for the second out here in the top of the first. And up comes Tyron Norris.
Number 24, Tyron Norris.
Norris only had one at-bat in the past, in the first of this doubleheader. Got a hit on that at-bat. And here he is now in that 3 slot. The 2-0 pitch from Garcia. And Garcia on a ball 4 had a bit of trouble controlling it there. But up comes Jaden Moreno, the substitute first baseman. He sends one high into the air into fair territory. Left field. That'll be the third out of the bottom of the first. No runs yet. Still scoreless after 1. Once again, we'd like to thank you for joining us here on the Panther Sports Network. This is the second game of this doubleheader on today between these two teams, and the third game in this 3-game series between these SWAC opponents. Once again, do us a favor. Send it to a family member, a friend, a co-worker, and tell them that this will be the last game for the Panther baseball team here at Tankersley Field. So they need to be sure to tune in to this matchup. So now here's Gavin Caston at the plate for the Braves. Didn't play in the first game of this doubleheader, but had a pretty good go of it in the first of this series. Swing and a miss there.
Heads up.
Puts a bat on it, but sends it foul. Did Caston, and now Mendoza needs 1 pitch max to send Gavin Caston down. And there it is. 3 pitches, 3 strikes for Victor Mendoza for the first out here in the top of the first. Top of the second, rather. Nice hit there from Ben Martin into the hands of Isaac Davila, the shortstop. Rockets it over to Jaden Moreno at first, and that'll be the second out here in the top of the second.
Next at bat, number 24, Chance Jackson.
Come on, son. So now here's Chance Jackson at the plate for the Braves. 2 outs already on him, or 2 strikes rather. That ball just a bit too inside for the liking of the umpire. Inside pitch. Couldn't find the spot. Count now 2-2 for Mendoza. The 3-2 pitch. Jackson got a hold of it into the hands of Isaac Davila. Routine play over to first. And a quick 3 outs for the Panthers in the top of the second. Still scoreless after the top of 2.
Prairie View A&M University, excellence isn't just a word, it's a way of life. For 147 years, we've been empowering generations of students to carry our rich legacy of distinction with them as they blaze trails and make a difference in communities across the world. Our high-caliber faculty and rigorous academic programs prepare scholars to challenge the status quo and push the boundaries of knowledge. Pioneers emerge here, and changemakers are bred here. Excellence lives.
And here's Benjamin Ybarra now coming to the plate to face off against Nico Garcia on the mound. Longtime starter is Ybarra, one of the many players who will be playing his last home game here at Tankersley Field on today. Sure, this game means a lot for him and his family here celebrating with him. Going to be interesting to see what he can do here at the plate. That pitch couldn't find his mark from Garcia. Count now 3-0. That does. Garcia so far looking to paint the inside corner Gonna be interesting to see how Ybarra handles it. Gets a hold of that one, sends it into the hands of the ALCORN shortstop, makes the throw over to first for the first out of the bottom of the second.
Now, coming to the plate. Left fielder, number 1, Jaden Williams.
So here's Jaden Williams now at the plate. Jaden Williams didn't have his typical great game on the first of this doubleheader, having 3 at-bats, going 0 for 3. Let's see what he can do here with count even at 1. Inside pitch yet again from Garcia, off the mark. And that pitch in the dirt. Counting now 3-1 here for Williams. And he'll make his way down to first base. 1 out as Paul Castro now makes his way to home plate.
Catcher, number 4, Paul Castro.
Going to be interesting to see how much attrition plays a factor here in this ball game. Hot temperatures out here at Prairie View. Runner goes. Jaden Williams on his way to second. Safe with plenty of time. But after consecutive rainy days in the southeast Texas region, have a very hot day for the Panthers. Castro gets a nice hold on it. Sent into right field. Right fielder gets the grab. Jaden Williams tags up, and he'll move over to third.
Number 3, Cameron Franklin.
So after that catch by the right fielder Gavin Casson to get the out on Paul Castro, here is Cameron Franklin, the second baseman, now in the batter's box with 2 outs and 1 runner on. Not a bad pitch there from Garcia on the inside curve. Count 2-1 here for Franklin. The freshman hasn't played many games. A nice hit there to the third baseman. Slides, makes the throw, and a nice stretch from the first baseman, who was on the bag for the third out here in the bottom of the second. Still scoreless after 2.
Support the team. Support your Panthers. Now in bed. Number 12. Dylan Brown.
Dylan Brown here in the batter's box, still facing off against Victor Mendoza. Scoreless after 2. And he sends one into the hands of Cameron Franklin. Routine play over to first. And an easy out to start the third.
Now coming to the plate. Third baseman, number 1, Samuel Leonard.
Third baseman Samuel Leonard now in the game. And this will most likely be the last game of ALCORN State season, as they aren't in contention for SWAC play. A nice hit there from Leonard, yet again into the hands of Franklin. Over to Moreno at first for the second out. But since this is most likely the last game of the Braves season,
Number 3,
the lineup
Rayfield Adams, third.
for ALCORN is filled with sophomores and freshmen, allowing them to get that much needed exposure and prepare them for the season to come on next year. Strike number 1 against Rayfield Adams, who's a sophomore in his own right, but proven himself to be a bright spot, as there's a nice hit into right field for the Braves. Adams getting on his horse, might try to get 3. He does just that. So a nice hit there from Rayfield Adams for the triple.
Now in bed. Number 2, Garrett Palladino.
Here's Garrett Palladino now at the plate for the Panthers, or for the Braves rather. He sends one into the hands of Isaac Davila, fires one across the diamond. A nice throw there from Isaac Davila to get the third out of the top of the third inning. And we remain scoreless after the top of 3.
At the end of
Prairie View A&M University, excellence isn't just a word, it's a way of life. For 147 years, we've been empowering generations of students to carry our rich legacy of distinction with them as they blaze trails and make a difference in communities across the world. Our high-caliber faculty and rigorous academic programs prepare scholars to challenge the status quo and push the boundaries of knowledge. Pioneers emerge here, and changemakers are bred here. Excellence lives.
So here's Isaac Davila, the man responsible for 2 outs in the top of the third, looking to make his presence felt here at the plate. Davila had a pretty good game in the first of this doubleheader. 3 at-bats, going 2 for 3. 1 run scored. Now already up in the count, 3-0. Once again, we'd like to thank you for joining us here as their strike number 1 against Davila. Thank you for joining us here on the Panther Sports Network between this battle of purple and gold. Isaac Davila with a nice hit up the middle, and he'll get things started for the Panthers.
Coming to the plate, right fielder, number 44, Michael Smith.
Nico Garcia still on the mound for the Braves. Michael Smith now at the plate, showing bunt. Pickoff attempt over there at Davila. Safe at first. Nice pitch there from Garcia. I spoke about the promising young stars for the Braves. Michael Smith certainly is the same here for the Panthers. Known around the SWAC as one of the up-and-coming baseball players within the entire conference. Davila takes off towards second and is safe. That was a ball against Michael Smith. Or I believe it was a strike called against Smith. Count 0-2. Smith gets a hold of that one, though. Sends it into left field. Davila rounds around 3, headed home, and will be safe for the first points of this ball game, putting the Panthers on the board.
Center fielder, number 16, Harrison Wise.
And now here's Garrison Wise at the plate. Runner goes Michael Smith, safe by a mile. Pass got through second base, and Smith will be safe at 3. Yet again, some nice base running here from the Panthers. No outs. And Garrison Wise at the plate. That ball hit high into the air by Wise into right field. Smith looking to tag up, does, headed home. He will beat the throw. And that'll be the second score for the Panthers here in the third inning.
Next at bat for the Panthers, designated hitter, number 24, Tyron Norris.
So here's Tyron Norris. Hit a ball, grounder into the hands of the second baseman, and easy out there with a second out for the Braves. But up comes Jaden Moreno.
Jaden Moreno.
took the inside pitch foul. Count now 1-1 for Moreno. Yet another foul ball from Norris. Count now 1-2. And that ball in the dirt. And, you know, I'm just thinking out loud here, but as this day goes on, the hotter it gets outside, and with that new AstroTurf here at Tankersley Field, you wonder just what the temperature may feel like on the diamond for those players. Regardless, count now 3-2. Here's Garcia. Swing and a miss from Moreno, and that'll be the third out of the third inning. Panthers gain the lead 2-0 over the Braves as we head to 4.
Bottom of the third inning for the Panthers. There were 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, none. Left on base. Your score, ALCORN State 0, Prairie View A&M 2. To the plate, number 35. Andy Gomez.
Here's Nathan Gomez now coming to the plate, still facing off against Mendoza on the mound. Gomez, one of those hot shot young players the Braves can boast about. Count 1-0 now for him. That pitch by Gomez sent deep into center, caught by Garrison Wise, and that'll be the first out of the top of the 4th inning. And now here's Jalen Lucky coming to the plate. Hasn't been very lucky at bat for the Braves, coming in hitting 200. Looking to do something a bit different here in his last game of the season. Maybe impress his coaches and his teammates. Sends one into the hands of Isaac Davila. Off-platform throw, but easily in time. That'll be the second out here in the top of the 4th. Gavin Caston sends it into the hands of Ybarra. Off-platform throw not in time. It was a tough throw across the diamond, across his body. So after that, Caston now safe at 1. Ben Martin now at the plate for the Braves. Not a bad spot there for Mendoza. Called a ball, but from my point of view, looked inside the zone. That ball fouled back by Martin. Count now 1-1 for him. Not a bad pickoff attempt there from Mendoza. A bit slow on the tag from Moreno. He's safe at 1. Now, and had Moreno not dropped the ball there, Caston might have been out over at first, but Mendoza now turns his attention back to Ben Martin. And I thought that crossed the outside corner. Umpire doesn't agree with me. Count 2-1. Here's Mendoza. The 3-1 pitch. Hit to Ybarra. Gathers his feet and fires it over to first. And that'll be the 3rd out in the top of the 4th. Panthers still on top, 2-0 in this ball game.
Prairie View A&M University, excellence isn't just a word, it's a way of life. For 147 years, we've been empowering generations of students to carry our rich legacy of distinction with them as they blaze trails and make a difference in communities across the world. Our high-caliber faculty and rigorous academic programs prepare scholars to challenge the status quo and push the boundaries of knowledge. Pioneers emerge here, and changemakers are bred here. Excellence lives.
Coming to the plate. Third baseman at 14. Benjamin Ybarra.
Here's Benjamin Ybarra at the plate. Strike thrown there by Garcia. The 1-1 pitch. Finds his mark. Benjamin with a chopper. Not able to beat the throw. And that'll be the first out here in the top of the fourth.
Number 1, Jaden Williams.
I know Benjamin Ybarra has to be feeling pretty antsy because this could possibly be his last ball game here at Tankersley Field, and in that same manner, he could get his 100th career hit on today. Maybe next time for Ybarra, though. But here is Jaden Williams at the plate. Showed bunt, pulled it back. Strike one. Got a hold of that one, sent it into right field for a nice base hit to get things started for the Panthers as Paul Castro now makes his way into the batter's box. Pass ball there on the pickoff attempt. Williams can easily get third. So a nice way for the Panthers to capitalize on the error. And now Paul Castro has a man in scoring position, only one out, and faces Nico Garcia for the second time. Castro with the chopper into the hands of the third baseman. Checked over at Jaden Williams and still made the throw in time to get Paul Castro out at one.
Now, coming to the plate, second baseman, number 3, Cameron Franklin.
So now here is Cameron Franklin in the batter's box. That ball hit down the first baseline by Franklin, stayed fair, and first baseman makes the play himself for the third out. No runs scored in the fourth. Your score remains the same. Prairie View on top 2-0 over Alcorn State.
At the bottom of the fourth inning for the Panthers, there was no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left on base. Your score, ASU 0, PVAMU 2. Number 24, Chance Jackson.
Chance Jackson now in at the plate for the Braves. Once again, freshman in for ALCORN. I got to tell you, I get this is the last home game for the Panthers, but if there's a swing and a miss, I'm really loving what Victor Mendoza has done on the mound, but the umpire not really liking that outside corner. Jackson sends that one into the hands of Davila, who let it get past him. But this could be an easy out here on the ricochet. So that's an out. I mean, that's just how you draw it up. An errant throw from Davila bounces off the dugout of ALCORN. Jaden Moreno able to easily get on top of it and make the throw over to second for the out. Here's Mendoza facing off against Dylan Brown. Finally, the outside corner strike called. Count 1-1. That ball taken foul by Brown. Ooh. That foul ball nearly took out a fan. And that pitch outside. Count now 2-2. Now a full count for Dylan Brown. Mendoza kind of gathering himself. And now on the rubber. See what he has here on the 3-2 pitch. Foul tipped.
I saw the pitcher fall when he threw the ball last game. I ain't never seen that before.
Count still 3-2. Here's Mendoza. That pitch outside. And the outside strike yet again not called. So Brown will make his way down to first.
Now coming to the plate. Number 1, Samuel Leonard.
Nice hit there. Ybarra not able to corral it. Now, 2 runners on for the Braves after the error. And, Rayfield Adams with a nice hit into center field. High fly ball. Garrison Wise on it. Runner at second. Thought about tagging up. Thought better of it. Stayed at 2.
Now coming to the plate. Number 2, Garrett Palladino.
And though in the grand scheme of things, this game doesn't matter much for the Panthers or the Braves. If you're the Panthers, you still don't want to lose your fundamentals, and you want to head into postseason play playing some of your best baseball. So, for momentum purposes, head coach Riggins would like to still see a win here from his team. A solid win at that. Count now 2-0 with Palladino at the plate. Yet another high fly ball into short infield. Cameron Franklin backs up, makes the grab, and that'll be the 3rd out in the top of the 5th inning. This game moving on quickly. Your Panthers still on top, 2-0.
Prairie View A&M University, excellence isn't just a word, it's a way of life. For 147 years, we've been empowering generations of students to carry our rich legacy of distinction with them as they blaze trails and make a difference in communities across the world. Our high-caliber faculty and rigorous academic programs prepare scholars to challenge the status quo and push the boundaries of knowledge. Pioneers emerge here, and changemakers are bred here. Excellence lives.
Your score, ALCORN State, 0. Prairie View A&M, 2. Now at bat for the Panthers. Shortstop, number 7, Isaac David.
Inside pitch yet again for Garcia. Count now 2-0. He gets the inside pitch, takes it over to third. Third baseman sends it over to the first. And that'll be the first out
Now coming to the plate
for the Braves.
Number 44, Michael Smith. Down the street is power.
Smith takes the inside pitch. It lands fair, and he could get a nice run off of this. Stays at 2, though. A nice hit there from Michael Smith. for the double.
Now at bat for the Panthers, center fielder, number 16, Harrison Wise. The little Nike mini skirt, the tennis skirt.
So here's Garrison Wise. Michael Smith on second. Thought about laying down the bunt, pulled back on it. Good idea for ball one.
Oh, that's what you out here for? Yeah.
Nice hit there from Wise into the hands of the second baseman. Routine play over to first for the second out here in the bottom of the fifth.
Next at bat for the Panthers, number 24, Tyron Norris.
Here's Tyron Norris at the plate.
Let's all say that.
Pass ball. Michael Smith on his way home and makes it in time. And the Panthers now find themselves on top 3-0.
That makes no sense to me. I understand that my whole area didn't have power.
Count 2-0 here for Norris. And another high fastball. Count now 3-0. That pitch finds the mark from Garcia. Count now 3-1. A swing and a miss there. Now full count for Norris. Going to have to be careful if he wants to keep this inning going and put more points on the board. A nice hit into the hands of the shortstop. Fires one over to the first baseman who has to stretch for it. Couldn't squeeze it. And Norris is safe at first.
Coming to the plate, first baseman, number 30, Jaden Moreno.
Jaden Moreno, the powerful left-hander in the box for the Panthers. Moreno with a nice hit sent into left field, but caught by the left fielder. And that'll be the end of the fifth inning. Panthers add to their lead, now on top 3-0 as we move into the sixth inning. Mendoza still on the mound for the Panthers. Gomez now at the plate. I got to tell you, Nathan Gomez really selling these calls. I thought all three of those pitches were strikes. But there is a first strike called. But there's an art to that. You know, Derek Jeter was famous for selling the inside pitch, making it look like it was way inside. And count now 3-2 after the swing and a miss. Ball 4, and Gomez will make his way down to first.
They set back, number 4, Jalen Lucky.
Now here's Jalen Lucky at the plate. Gomez on first. Mendoza still on the mound. Double play opportunity here for the Panthers. And nearly just that, as the line drive was caught by Davila. Gomez not too far away from first, able to dive back. Still one out now for the Panthers. And now here is Gavin Caston at the plate. I believe a balk was called, and that will allow for Nathan Gomez to make his way over to second. Nice pitch there from Mendoza. Count now 0-2. Thought about coming across, did Lucky. Didn't do it enough for the umpire. Count now 1-2. A runner coming in for Nathan Gomez. I believe that is number 0, Ty Bowes, the 5'3" freshman. Count 2-2. One runner on, one out. Here's Mendoza. That ball taken in, sent into the hands of Ybarra. Fires one across the diamond in time for the second out here in the top of the 6th. Now here is Ben Martin. He did indeed come across. That'll be strike number 1 for Ben Martin. Got a hold of that one. It drops in left field. And that hit from Ben Martin will allow for Ty Bowes to come across the plate for the Braves and get their first points of this ball game. Up now is Chance Jackson with a nice hit, chopper to Isaac Davila. Yet another high throw from Davila brings Jaden Moreno off the bag, and Jackson will be safe at first. Now Braves in a 1st and 3rd situation. Let's see. But before another pitch is thrown, here comes pitching coach Anthony Macon. So after a quick chat with the team, Coach Macon makes his way back to the dugout. Mendoza still on the mound. 2 outs, 1st and 3rd situation. Dylan Brown at the plate. Puts bat on ball, sends it foul though.
Heads up.
Count 1-1 for Mendoza. Two-one after the outside pitch from Mendoza. Has to be careful here. I mean, has pitched a very good game, but Braves still within striking distance as there's a swing and a miss. Looked like Dylan Brown was going for it all. Came up empty. Count 2-2 now. Runner goes. Doesn't matter. Hit. Line drive into the hands of Cameron Franklin, the second baseman, and that was the 3rd out of the top of the 6th. Braves get on the board, but Panthers remain on top. Score 3-1 in favor of PVAMU.
Prairie View A&M University, excellence isn't just a word, it's a way of life. For 147 years, we've been empowering generations of students to carry our rich legacy of distinction with them as they blaze trails and make a difference in communities across the world. Our high-caliber faculty and rigorous academic programs prepare scholars to challenge the status quo and push the boundaries of knowledge. Pioneers emerge here, and changemakers are bred here. Excellence lives.
Substitute pitcher on the mound for the Braves. Number 8, Mel Moore. get your seats today. For more information, visit pvpanthers.com/tickets. You can also call the ticket office at 936-261-3970 or email tickets@pvmu.edu.
So after a lengthy conversation between the umpires and head coach of Alcorn State, Reginald Williams, we're back into the action. Benjamin Ybarra at the plate. New pitcher in for the Braves. Jamel Ford on the mound. Strike one already against Ybarra. That ball inside, and Ybarra sends one down the third baseline, making his way over to second. He'll stop there, and that is Benjamin Ybarra's 100th career hit.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is now Benjamin Ybarra's 100th career hit. Please give a round of applause for Benjamin Ybarra.
Congratulations to Benjamin Ybarra, his friends and family in attendance for senior day. Sure, they couldn't be more excited for him. And now here's Jaden Williams looking to cap things off with Ybarra in scoring position. The outside pitch from Ford. Count 2-0. Here's Williams. Couldn't find the spot. Can Ford. Count now 3-0. Nearly got caught over at 2, did Ybarra. Safe, though. Now back to Williams at the plate. Strike one. I thought it was pretty funny seeing Benjamin Ybarra on his 100th career hit. He took the first chance he had to put one in play. Now Williams puts one in play. Short center field is caught by the center fielder. Sliding catch for the first out.
Number 4, Paul Castro.
Now here's Paul Castro, the catcher. Castro already with 2 at-bats so far. Let's see what he can do here. Count now 2-0 for him. Ford delivers inside for ball 3. Wouldn't be surprised if we see, actually would be surprised, didn't expect a pickoff attempt there from Ford. But I do expect Castro to make his way down the first baseline after this pitch. Let's see what Ford has. Finds the zone for the outside strike. Count 3-1. And after ball 4, Castro will make his way down to first.
Now, coming to the plate for the Panthers. Second baseman, number 3, Cameron Franklin.
Here's Cameron Franklin, who's hit by pitch, and he'll make his way down to first. Base is now loaded, and Isaac Davila making his way to the plate.
Now, coming to the plate, shortstop, number 7, Isaac Davila.
Davila with the short looper into right field. Benjamin Ybarra tags up on third, and he'll score for the 4th point here in this ball game for the Panthers.
Now, coming to the plate.
The 2 other runners hold steady at 2 and first. And now here is Michael Smith. And now I believe would be a good time to talk about some postseason accolades and what we could expect. I truly believe that Michael Smith could be in the running for Freshman of the Year, hitting a .333 average, 62 runs scored, 52 hits, 49 RBIs, a .596 slugging percentage, 9 home runs on the season. Some impressive numbers from the freshman. So we'll definitely keep an eye out to see any awards that Smith could be up for at the end of this season. Count now 3-1. 2 runners on, 2 outs. Let's see what Smith has here. That pitch outside, and he'll make his way down to first.
With bases loaded, coming up to the plate, center fielder, number 16, Harrison Wise.
Here's Garrison Wise now at the plate.
It's up.
Takes that one
It's
foul.
up. Foul ball.
Not a bad pitch there from Ford. Finds the zone. Now down 0-2. The 1-2 pitch from Ford. And there's a swing and a miss for Wise, and that'll be the end of the 6th inning. Panthers still on top, 4-1 as we move into 7.
Bottom of the 6th for the Panthers. No, 1 run, 1 hit, no error, and 3 left on base. Your score, Braves 1, Panthers 4.
A nice hit there from Samuel Leonard into the arms of Benjamin Ybarra. Makes the play over to first for the first out here in the 7th.
To the plate, number 3, Rayfield Adams.
New pitcher on the mound, Devin Aguado. Aguado, a senior in his own right, looking to close things out for the Panthers in possibly his last game at Tankersley Field. That ball taken over the head of Davila into left field, and Rayfield Adams continues to be impressive. Garrett Palladino now at the plate. Adams on first. A swing and a miss there from Palladino. Count now 1-1. That ball sent high into the air. Cameron Franklin, the second baseman, trying to get under it, has the sunglasses to stop the sun, and he does make the catch. Second out for the Panthers against the Braves. And up comes Nico Garcia. Nico Garcia doing it all in today's game. Started as the pitcher, transitioned to catcher, and now here he is at the plate. Count 1-1. Garcia sent that one high into the air. Cameron Franklin trying to track it down, does. And that'll be the third out of the top of the seventh. And now we enter the bottom of the seventh inning. Panthers on top, 4-1.
Prairie View A&M University, excellence isn't just a word, it's a way of life. For 147 years, we've been empowering generations of students to carry our rich legacy of distinction with them as they blaze trails and make a difference in communities across the world. Our high-caliber faculty and rigorous academic programs prepare scholars to challenge the status quo and push the boundaries of knowledge. Pioneers emerge here, and changemakers are bred here. Excellence lives.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're now entering the seventh inning stretch. Coming to the plate. Designated hitter, number 24, Tyron Norris. Coming to the plate. First baseman, number 30, Jaden Moreno.
So after that strikeout from Tyron Norris, Jaden Moreno now at the plate. Count 0-1. Ford gathering himself. A nice hit there from Moreno. Chopper back to the pitcher. Makes the throw over to first, and that'll be the second out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Now, coming to the plate. Third baseman, number 14, Benjamin Ybarra.
So now the man with 100 hits makes his way back to the plate, Benjamin Ybarra. Takes a hack at it, sends it into deep center field. Center fielder able to track it down over the shoulder. And that'll be the third out of the bottom of the 7th. Panthers go scoreless, but remain on top 4-1 as we move into the 8th inning.
Bottom of the 7th for the Panthers. No runs, no hits, no errors. None left on base. Your score, ALCORN State, 1. Prairie, A&M, 4.
Here's Jalen Lucky now coming to the plate. Devin Aguado still on the mound here in the top of the 8th. And a nice pitch there from Aguado, the left-handed pitcher for the Panthers. That ball taken foul by Lucky. Count now 0-2 for him. Was looking for the outside pitch. Can't find the spot. Count now 1-2. A nice hit there from Lucky into the hands of Ybarra. Gathers himself, makes the throw over to first. And that is the first out of the top of the 8th. Count 2-0 now for Lucky. or Gavin Casson rather, skies one into the air and caught by Cameron Franklin, the second baseman. 2 outs now in the top of the 8th. Now here's Ben Martin. Swing and a miss there from Martin, but he fouled it off, so he'll have another go at it.
Heads up! Heads up! Out ball! She said, I wish a ball would hit me.
Here's Aguado on the 0-2 pitch. Martin takes that one down the line. A tough throw for Ybarra, not able to get a grip on it. And Ben Martin safe at 1.
Now we're back. Number 24. Chance Jackson.
Now here's Chance Jackson at the plate. Takes one into left field. Jaden Williams makes the grab for the 3rd out of the top of the 8th. Panthers remain on top. Their score, 4-1.
Prairie View A&M University, excellence isn't just a word, it's a way of life. For 147 years, we've been empowering generations of students to carry our rich legacy of distinction with them as they blaze trails and make a difference in communities across the world. Our high-caliber faculty and rigorous academic programs prepare scholars to challenge the status quo and push the boundaries of knowledge. Pioneers emerge here, and changemakers are bred here. Excellence lives.
Substitute pitcher on the mound for Braves. Number 5. Peyton Bayless.
Jaden Williams at the plate. Strike one against him. Facing off against a new pitcher, number 5, Peyton Bayless. Williams takes that one nice into right field. But the right fielder there to make the grab. And that'll be the first out of the bottom of the 8th.
Number 4, Paul Castro.
Actually, let me text you. I think I still got your number. So once you get
Castro takes one deep left field back at the track, and that is gone. A nice hit there for Paul Castro. Takes it all the way.
Paul Castro.
And he's happy about it. Takes it all of 370 feet for the Panthers' 5th points of this ball game.
Now at bat for the Panthers, second baseman, number 3, Cameron Franklin.
A nice hit there for Paul Castro. So now here's Cameron Franklin trying to keep things going. Cameron Franklin sends that one foul. Cameron Franklin down 0-2. Puts bat on ball there over to the head of the second baseman. He can get a double out of this, and does. Oh, he's trying for 3. Has a triple easily.
Now, coming to the plate, at shortstop, number 7, Isaac Davila.
Braves in the outfield being a bit lackadaisical out there allows for Cameron Franklin to turn on the Jets and get a triple out of what should have been a double. And up now is Isaac Davila.
He got two free games today.
Well, I heard the Astros playing like shit.
Nah, they won last night though.
Swing and a miss there from Davila. Count now 2-1.
First to worst.
Oh, in the season, yeah.
That's crazy. How you go from being the best to being the worst?
Yeah, that's the problem. The first it ain't had Dusty.
Oh, Dusty ain't there?
Puts a bat on ball there, but takes it foul.
Wait, so they won? They got rid of Dusty? Oh, okay. Makes sense. Oh, he's not going.
He knew where it was going.
Time,
He looked too good. Next time he gonna get out of here.
The 2-2 pitch here from Bayless. taking foul yet again.
Foul ball. Not the DeWalt.
They got a drill battery on it. She's serious.
The DeWalt boy. That's the Home Depot boy.
Davila. Head pitch outside and in the dirt. Still has a runner on 3. Only 1 out. That ball taking foul yet again from Davila into right field. Peyton Bayless still on the mound. 3-2 pitch.
Heads up.
Davila
may have chased that one, sent it foul, so he'll have another go at it.
But they gonna do whatever.
They gonna chase you as soon as they see you.
That's that bullshit.
And Davila will make his way down to first base after a ball 4. Panthers now have the Braves in a first and third situation with Michael Smith coming to the plate.
Number 44, Michael Smith.
A swing and a miss there from Smith. He went for it all, came up a bit empty.
Yeah, I hear Mike zone. Here, but we ain't got to be out here.
Even they ready to go.
Pickoff attempt unsuccessful over at Davila.
Graduation, and they still got some more to play. What that was? He, oh, that was pitch boom.
The 0-1 pitch. And that has potential from Smith into right field, but caught by the right fielder. But that will allow for Cameron Franklin to tag up and score for the Panthers. Garrison Wise now at bat for the Panthers in his senior day. Since that one back foul, right back at us. And this is exactly what you want to see if you're head coach Antoine Riggins, coach Brian Scott, coach Happy Macon. You want to make sure that your team is clicking on all cylinders, even in a game that doesn't mean much. And make sure they're playing their best baseball as they head into SWAC tournament play. And there's a nice hit right on cue from Wise, but is caught by the right fielder. And that'll bring the end of the 8th inning. We head into the 9th. Panthers on top, 6-1.
Final days of prayer. There were 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. Your score, Braves 1, Panthers 6. Substitute pitcher on mound for Panthers. Number 22, Ty Tubbs. All right, great. Jamel Ford.
So here is Ty Tubbs on the mound for the Panthers. Facing off against Jamel Ford at the plate. Tubbs, a senior in his own right, looking to truly shut the door on this season here at Tankersley Field. Count 1-2 now for Tubbs. That ball hit right back at him. Second baseman tried to make the outstanding play. Didn't have enough arm on it. And 4 to be safe at 1.
Now at bat, number 1, Samuel Leonard.
And now here's Samuel Leonard at the plate. Trying to keep the Braves' hope alive. That pitch finds its mark from Tubbs. Count now 1-1. Runner goes, catcher, throw in time. It was a close call. Close call, but the tag not laid down in time. And 4 to be safe at 2. The 1-2 pitch from Tubbs. Couldn't find the mark, way inside. Time called by Leonard. Once again, we'd like to thank you for joining us here on the Panther Sports Network. the last broadcast on this channel until football season. So we do thank you for your participation and your viewership.
You got one more.
I just got a correction. Not until football season, but please tune into our soccer season as well. We have a great soccer team. Coach Abe Garcia does a great job over there. So be sure to tune in. Count 2-2 here for Tubbs. Swing and a miss. And there's the first strikeout for Tubbs. And the first out that the Panthers need on the way to bringing this game to a close. Here's Rayfield Adams, outstanding freshman for the Braves. Has had a great series thus far and a great year. Tubbs looking to sit him down, though. That pitch outside from Tubbs. Runner on second, one out. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Finds the spot. A nice outside curve from Tubbs. Count now 1-2. And there's a swing and a miss from Rayfield Adams. And Tubbs has his second strikeout of this inning. And now only need one more out for this ball game.
Don't be so emotional. Don't be so emotional.
Hands up. Hands up. Now ball.
Here's Garrett Palladino now. Could potentially be the last out that the Panthers need to close this ball game. And that is a line drive hit directly back at Ty Tubbs. And that will allow for Jamel Ford to come across the plate for the second point of this ball game for the Braves. Count 1-1 here. Runner takes off. Castro tries to hit him down. Tag not in time. Count now 1-2. And Nico Garcia at the plate. This could potentially be the last pitch thrown at Tankersley Field. the 1-2 pitch.
It's up. It's up.
And of course, that ball is taken foul by Garcia. So we'll have at least one more pitch thrown.
Actually, I can't. I leave Wednesday. Go back to graduation.
And that pitch way inside.
Your grid didn't count. Two. He waiting on the pitch. He said 3.
Count now 2-2. That ball, an infielder hit to. Bit of miscommunication there. Moreno fielded the ball. Ty Tubbs overran the base and not able to keep his feet on the bag, so he is safe at first. Panthers now in a 1st and 3rd situation. Still two outs. And head coach Riggins might have seen enough. I mean, this could easily be, that could have easily been the end of the game, but I know Coach Riggins is saying, hey, guys, we need to finish this game, finish this season. Up now is Jalen Lucky for the Braves. Nice pitch there from Tubbs.
I think 6. Yeah, he wasn't the one.
That ball in the dirt. Count now 1-1. 2 runners on, 2 outs. Panthers have to be careful here. Don't want to count their chickens before they hatch. Nice pitch there. Count now 1-2. Now Ty Tubbs has to settle in here. I know he can feel the end, but make sure you deliver your best pitch across the plate. Let's see what he has for the 1-2. And there it is, the strikeout that the Panthers needed. And that will be the 3rd strikeout for Ty Tubbs, the 3rd out of this inning, and the last out of this ball game. Your Panthers come away with the win, 6-2, and come away with the series win, 3-0 over the Braves of ALCORN State. We once again would like to thank you for joining us here on the Panther Sports Network. Thank you for joining us all season long and viewing your Panthers baseball team. Be sure to tune in to the SWAC Sports Network as the Panthers are set to take on, I believe, Bethune-Cookman. Excuse me. Their opponent is to be determined in the SWAC tournament coming up. So be sure to show your support over there. So from the Panther Sports Information Team and from Prairie View A&M University, I'm Caleb Carter saying so long and thanks for watching all season.